Hi, welcome back to the Reload Bench. So this video is a little bit of a follow-up on a previous video I'd done where I took out both of my reproduction new model Navy revolvers to shoot them. One of them I was shooting for the first time, and part of the video was just showing how well they would fire if the cylinders had been preloaded and stored for a matter of a few months. Now I did store them indoors in Ziploc bags, and everything seemed to be fine with the first two cylinders that I fired off. However, the second two didn't go so well because those had been sitting on the tailgate of my truck all day. It was a 70-degree day, but there was enough sunlight that between the black bed liner in the truck and the black of the cylinder, they absorbed that sunlight and they got a lot hotter than 70 degrees. Now they were stored inside Ziploc bags, and there was board butter at the end of each cylinder, or end of each chamber, I should say, on the cylinder. And that board butter had actually melted, and it had coated both cylinders inside the bag. I believe some of it got up underneath the percussion cap and contaminated the material, the ignition material in the percussion cap, and that actually plugged up two of the nipples. So I was able to fire off 4, but multiple attempts putting new percussion caps on there wouldn't get the fire off. And I tried to get the material out of there. At first I tried the wooden stem of one of the Q-tips or the cotton swabs that I use for cleaning guns. I had some of these there, and I tried that. That was too big in diameter, so that didn't work. The only other thing I could think of that I had in my range bag were the Allen wrenches that I keep for minor adjustments on a few things where these actually work on a firearm. So I took the smallest one I had, and I tried to force it in there to break up the debris, hoping that I could put a new nipple on there and fire off the powder and be done with it. Well, in the process, this stuff was caked in there so bad that I actually could not get it to go through, and I broke off the tip of this and sliced open my thumb. So now I got blood all over the place, a broken tool, and I've got two cylinders, or two chambers, that wouldn't fire off. Now later that day, I was able to go back to the sporting goods store that I went to that morning and find something. They didn't have a whole lot of stuff, but I found something, and I made it work in order to extract the lead ball and to dump out the powder, because I needed to clean the cylinders. You don't want to let these set for days and days and days. They will corrode. You want to clean them the same day you take these out and shoot them. Now you can do some things like Windex glass cleaner. You could run that down there with patches and Q-tips, and that will neutralize some of the corrosive effects of the burnt powder. But that's just buying you time. I wanted to clean these with hot soapy water, so I couldn't shoot them where I was at. I didn't have a nipple wrench. I didn't have access. I didn't have one, and they didn't have the right size at the store. So my only option was to pull the lead balls and dispose of the powder. I had never done that before. I'd seen it done. I knew about it. I never had the tools because in 20 years I've never had to do this before. And I found a way to make it work with the tools they had. The tools were set up for a long gun, for a musket, right? Not for a revolver, and a simple Leatherman. So I decided to make a video about that just to show you how easy it is to do, and don't let something like that kind of make you think that you can't take care of a situation. We're not always in a position where we can just fire off unburnt powder. Regardless, now I've got a broken tool, and you might say, well, there's still enough there. Yeah, but it's not the full length it's supposed to be. And in reality, you know, I should have something more than just this in my range bag. And the reason I say that is because I found out after the fact I had to remove the scope and reattach it twice right before deer season this year. What I was doing was I was applying some orange Loctite. I found this last year. At the time, the guy had said, yeah, this is the new stuff. It's only been out for a few months. And I had this stuff for almost a year before I actually applied it. This is Loctite that will keep screws from backing off when they're exposed to vibration, but it's designed to work with hand tools to break it free. So it's a little bit stronger than blue Loctite, but not as strong as red Loctite where you have to apply heat. And this actually worked out pretty good. I was able to put it on the threads, apply it, take this out for a lot of target shooting, and nothing came loose. But when I had to take it apart with simple, what I thought would be Allen wrenches, I was able to remove it and reinstall it. But that's the problem. it doesn't use an Allen wrench. This is what happens when you get older and your eyes are not as good. This, you can't really see it here, but here's the wrench that comes with the scope mount from the Henry Pride store. That's actually Torx. It's a star. So I made an Allen wrench fit in there where I should have had a Torx. So I was like, all right, how do I deal with both of these problems here? I don't have the tools in my range bag that I should have. So what I decided to do was I bought a 3-pack. So let's go ahead and open this up. I simply ordered this off of Amazon.com, and I've had this here for months waiting to do a video. So this 3-pack from Bondhus is your standard Allen, your metric Allen, and your Torx. And as far as I know, let's go ahead and check the label here. Assembled in the U.S. from U.S. and German components. So this is American made. Now, I've been using Bondhus Allen wrenches, hex keys, since the 1990s. And those they've always worked good for me. I've used Bondhus and Eklund and Allen, and I've never had any issues. But now, I've got all the tools I need in order to do the job, and I'll be keeping these in my range bag. See? Fits that just fine. So, some people might look at that range day, look at the footage that I made and said, man, you had a bad range day. You broke a tool, you got hurt, your gun didn't work at the end, that sort of thing. But I look at it as an opportunity to learn. Because now, I keep paper clips in my range bag. I could have resolved this issue by perhaps just taking a jumbo paper clip and putting it in the nipple and digging away at the material. Now that jumbo paper clip will not go all the way through the flash hole, but a standard paper clip will. Just get it in there and give it a little bit of a wiggle. It'll go all the way through. So now I've got additional tools. I've got a very simple, inexpensive way. By the way, these paper clips are available at Walmart and Sam's Club, and they are also American made. Very inexpensive way to deal with the problem if I run into an issue with debris caught in the nipple there. And this will probably just go in one of my toolboxes or something, because there's still plenty of full-length hex keys on this, and it's good to go. I just wanted to share that with you, just to show you how you can take a bad range day, or a couple bad range days, you can take a mistake, and you can learn from it. I definitely have, and I'm glad that I've got more tools available to me in order to handle situations. Because there's nothing like going out to go shoot, and you have something break down, and if you had something as simple as a paper clip, you could continue shooting. Thanks for watching.